today's video is going to be a little bit about bulking and cutting and how I kind of gave up on the idea of doing that a while ago. Nowadays I'm kind of just recompositioning without really trying, and also gonna just give a little update on things in general. So in the past, being someone who I always kind of considered to be in that sort of skinny fat area, always kind of feel like I need to add muscle, but also feeling fat at the same time. Definitely kind of fat around the waist that you could get rid of, but skinny arms and legs, that's always been my build. And you often kind of don't know what you should do, whether you should try and bulk up, eat loads of protein, eat loads of calories, and lift weights, really push yourself. I've tried doing that. I normally just get fat, and if I have added any muscle, I haven't really been able to see it, and you quickly lose motivation when you just see yourself getting fatter. And then the other side of that is to focus on trying to lose fat, which I've also done, and at times I've been very disciplined and even cut my calories down to about 1600 calories a day, and I did that for a year, maybe longer in the end, with just pure dedication getting me through it. And I did lose all the fat and get very lean, and the end result was I suffered a lot throughout that without realizing it, and in the end I wasn't happy. I was just very skinny to the point where, although I was doing weight training, I was clearly never adding any muscle, and I wasn't happy with the way I looked doing that either. As well as in general, I didn't realize it at the time, but now I can look back and realize that I was very lethargic, and when I was always thinking about food, and that affects you to the point where I would be sitting around the house just laying on the sofa. If I wasn't doing my workout or doing something like going to work or something that I had to do, the default would be kind of low energy, sit on the sofa thinking about my next food, counting down the time till I could have my last meal of the day, or my few snacks of the day, or something that I was allowing for. Like I said, I was only eating 1600 calories a day, and I'm 6'2", and I got down to about 72 kilos, which I think is kind of crazy now, but that's how light I have to get before I would say that I had like visible abs and was looking lean, but I had no muscle at all. Now I'm sitting around 88 at the moment and looking much better. I'm not trying to bulk or cut at the moment. I'm almost really aiming for just maintenance and seeing what happens. I don't care as much as I used to about trying to be lean or looking a certain way. I'm doing all this rucking because I enjoy it, and maybe it's just getting a bit older and seeing that maybe it's not everything you think it will be. Like achieving an amazing physique, one, I'll never be able to get it anyway. I don't have the genes for it, and after a while you start to realize that as you get older, and you can accept it, move on. And two, even if I could achieve it, it's probably not worth all the effort that's required to be so lean all the time, and all the mental effort that goes into it. Like, I know what it's like to cut your calories very low and get that lean, even if I had the muscle on top. Might be a bit easier if I had more muscle, because you could maybe eat a bit more, but then I think you're just going to feel even hungrier anyway. So getting super lean, like, what's the point? Maybe it's good to do when you're younger and you want to impress people or show off, but if you're not naturally built to just be like that, then you're gonna have to sacrifice a lot to be like that. And yeah, as you get older and you've got kids and a wife and career and everything, like, is that really what you want to put all your effort into? I don't anymore. So still want to be fit and healthy though. And when I gave up on all of that stuff and focused on more doing things that I enjoy, like I enjoy rucking, I enjoy getting out in nature, walking around, enjoy challenging myself, carrying the weight with me. I like the fact that it is a cardio workout and a strength training workout at the same time, and it gets me outside, gets me doing these videos, gives me time to think and reflect. And with the food, I've really just focused on probably eating at maintenance. I think I calculated my calories a few times for the type of meals that I'm eating, and then after that it's like do it once and then just know that if I have that for breakfast and something like this for lunch and that for dinner, then I'm getting the protein that I need and the calories are roughly right. And I don't know if I'm eating slightly under what I need or whether I'm eating slightly over. But what I know is I have been losing fat, and I have lost about 10 kilos of body weight over the past 4 or 5 months of really getting into rucking again and focusing on my diet. Throughout that time I've had the odd day where I've broken the rules, but for the most part I'm just sticking to it. And I've also gotten stronger because as well as doing rucking, I am still lifting weights, just not as seriously as I would have done in the past, in a way that I can fit in that's sustainable for me. So I just do 3 exercises, 3 sets in my garage gym. Normally, like, one of the exercises will be a big compound movement for either legs or upper body, and then the other 2 will be sort of supporting exercises. And I track those, so I can see that I'm getting stronger, at least, which, if I'm getting stronger, to me means I'm getting more muscle. Of course, maybe sometimes you can just add strength without adding a lot of muscle mass, but it's all the same to me for what I care about and what I'm interested in. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting stronger muscles, and I'm losing fat and looking better at the same time. So I think you can burn fat and build muscle at the same time. I don't really care if you can or can't, but I think you can. I think it's working for me. I feel like it must work in that I've got fat on my body, so as long as I'm eating enough protein, giving my body enough of the building blocks that it needs to build muscle, if it needs energy to do that and I'm not eating enough, and you think that may be limiting my ability to build some muscle, well, I've got fat all over my body, so I'm sure your body can strip that off and use that as energy. So to me, that's got to be the best approach. Just eat somewhere around maintenance. Some days you might be a little bit over, some days you might be a bit under, and your body will use those fat stores that you've got to make up the difference. And as long as you're doing something difficult and physical, like rucking, that will burn a lot of calories and will give you some resistance to help you build muscle as well, then I think you'll be fine. Add in a bit of weight training as well, and you're sort of tipping it in the right direction towards building muscle and burning fat. When you're at that kind of level, then you know if you've done a lot of hard work, you might just need to eat a little bit more. which is what I found. Like the last 3 days, it's been a bank holiday, and I'm going to be building a block paving patio in my garden under the pergola that I've built. And I decided to, instead of hiring a digger and digging out 20 to 30 centimeters of hard compacted clay out of the ground, I decided to do it by hand with just regular hand tools like a hoe and shovel, all this kind of stuff, pickaxe, and it's really hard work. And I've done that for 3 days. So for 3 days I've not bothered with any gym, because digging up the ground is hard work. And as I've been doing that, I sort of tell myself I could just hire a digger. All these thoughts come into your head, but it's not in keeping with my message of kind of doing the hard things for the sake of doing them, enjoying the process of doing it, and practicing voluntary discomfort. So as I'm digging those holes, I know that doing that by hand myself is good for me. It's a way of practicing that voluntary discomfort, and it makes me reflect and think, God, this could be my day every day. This could be my job. You know, in different times, in a different part of the world, I could have been a slave, and this could have been my existence every day. And that makes you thankful that I don't spend my days digging holes every day. But if I did have to, it shows me that it's still not that bad. I can still do it, I can still get through it, I can push through and enjoy the moments when you're not working that hard. But the point of me telling you that was, with all that extra work the last 3 days, I kind of had to eat a bit more without really knowing that the calorie burn is. I just know how exhausted my body was feeling, how much my muscles were aching in all kinds of strange places, and you just feel like you need a day off, you need a bit of a rest, and you need to eat a lot of protein and replenish what you've taken from yourself. So today, no digging in the garden, very sore muscles in my legs, so I didn't feel like doing deadlifts or squats or something. So I decided to not do any gym, but rucking something that I always feel like I can do, because it's low impact and it's just one step in front of the other. Even if I'm a bit tired, I can always put this weight on, just go out and see how far I get, keep the routine going. And if anything, I think it's doing me some good. But that is all I really wanted to say. Body recomposition still ongoing, slow. We're not rushing into anything, just taking one step at a time, getting out in nature, 25 kilos in the backpack always, and we'll keep walking and walking and walking. And we'll get there eventually. And even if we don't get there, doing all this is making me a better person always, making me more resilient, and just making you someone who's just better at doing hard things, saying yes, being disciplined, getting the job done, whatever it is. If you've not tried rucking yet, I'd highly recommend it. Get some weight in your backpack, give it a go.